As I said, reforming the system to make sure it's much more credible. Achieving 100% transition from primary to secondary. I am sad that this year we are going to about 140,000 kids who may have challenges getting from one places. We are trying to see how best we can push a bit the infrastructure that we have so that we can accommodate them, because we have achieved about 86% transition. Actually, it could be around 87 when we push a bit. But the president has told us, and he's quite right, that 13% is too high, at waste, as it were. So we are all working on how we deal with that wastage so that we have 100% transition to secondary, which is a critical issue. There is what has become now my pet subject and focus, dealing with wastage in the education sector. We have so much money in this country that we have put in the education sector. If each of the shillings we put in the education sector went to its desired purpose, we will not be talking about some of the things we are talking about these days. We put money. This year alone, we are going to put 50 billion, the education sector, and we have been putting billions every year. Money that is supposed to buy textbooks, which you don't see in some schools. Money that is supposed to support infrastructure. I was in a school in Western Kenya another day where we have put close to about 40 or 45 million shillings, and there is nothing in the school to show for it, which is as a result of wastage, corruption, and so on. The highlight of this plan is the digital literacy program. Advance it and ensure that we complete the building of the Kenya Education Cloud, put much more digital content on the electronic platform, because that is how we enhance access to education, so that every child, wherever they are, can very easily access instructional materials, as it were.
Maybe if you may expound on that digital literacy, how many more devices will be issued to learners in primary schools, and what is the target
we
eventually?
started doing this in standard 1. We hope that by the end of next year we'll have actually gone this to standard 3, as it were. And then the challenge, by the way, Sam, you realize that a lot of our people are fixated so much about devices and so on. The challenge is, the issue is not even devices. The issue is availing content on a device-neutral platform and building a credible education cloud for the country. Look at what some of countries in Europe like Estonia and the others have been able to do. The secret is, with the spread of the broadband footprint in the country right now, we want to get to a point where any child can go home in the evening and on the screen of their TV, they can actually do their homework.
It seems quite engaging life for you. It's been a difficult year in terms of a lot of work to do. Even now you're busy. But if you are not a cabinet secretary, what would you be doing?
My previous job, where I was and living my life, I was working. I would be carrying on with my work at the State University of New York, or some other thing that God would enable me to do. I mean, life is not a game. I don't, wake up in the morning saying I want to play this game or that game or something. I mean, I truly believe very strongly in the leadership of the Lord Almighty. And God designs and charts a life for all of us. And I don't know what I would be doing. Only God would answer that question. And I don't worry what I would be doing tomorrow, because the Lord who takes care of the birds in the air is the same one who takes care of me.
You're a believer?
A very strong one.
A strong one.
Yeah.
So when you're not at work, you're not at schools, what do you do?
Allah, now you're going into my personal things. I spend time with my family. That's what I do. I mean, I strongly believe in doing the right thing. And I'm a very deep and strong believer in family and family values. There's so much to do in this life. I never get enough time to do everything I want to do, even at a personal level or at a private level. And I wish I could get as much time, to spend with my family, my big extended family, my church family. Sometimes I feel like I don't get enough time. But you see, something gives. Life is what it is. Something gives. In public life, you do this. Sometimes you have to make sacrifices here and there and adjust, which is okay. I have no problem at all. I thank God for every moment of my life, and I thank God for the innumerable blessings that are mine, all because of His love.
And so when you want to unwind, what is one thing that you go to?
Well, as I told you, I spend time hanging out with my family and my friends. And I believe that you have to be a wholesome person. You have to belong to society, a community of friends, and and so on. Occasionally get involved in doing charity work, helping people. I mean, I come from a huge extended family, and as I told you, even throughout the year, I never get enough time to actually hang out with all my family members. So when I grab a moment, I hang out with my family, with my wife and kids, and
How many?
I don't want to go there.
Okay.
And I just do the life that any normal person does.
And so, in terms of you're saying that you enjoy spending time with family, but do you enjoy a sport, music?
I'm a member of several clubs, and I do a lot of things in those clubs. Lawful things, though. So let's not go there.
So what sport?
I don't want to. I have agreed on this thing with my family.
Yes.
I'm the only person who's in public life,
Right.
and it's enough that I am doing what I am doing. Anything private about myself and my family is a no-go area. Yeah, I am not a politician.
What informed this decision, though?
About what?
About making sure that your family is private and just you in the public and your work.
But you see, look, my friend, I'm a simple public servant. That's all. I'm not a politician. I am not a big person. I am just an ordinary, simple me. So why should there be drama about my life? It's a simple, straightforward life. By the way, there's nothing that has changed in my life. I do everything I used to do, and I do my routines the way I used to do them. That's all. My wife sends me to the supermarket, I go. And I do what she asks me to do. She tells me, do this, I do it. I mean, that's all. I want to live my life. I'm fine. The public, I give it the time I'm supposed to give it.
That's right. You say you're a simple person, but not everyone sees you so, especially when you release the KCP results. Some people even suggested Mathiang'i for president. Do you have any political ambitions?
I have only two ambitions in this life, and I have said that several times. Ambition number one, to live for God in this life. Whatever I do, I want to pray very sincerely to the Lord Almighty that I live for Him, because I have gotten here and this far because of His blessings. My ambition number two is to honor my president and my country. The president campaigned around this country, sought the presidency, and he was elected president. He had hundreds of thousands of people to pick a cabinet from. For him to choose to ask me to serve in his cabinet was a great honor. So my life is just simple as that. I'm not in any game or anything, worrying about this, what not. I don't put about those kinds of things.
So no politics for you?
I am a believer, and let me tell you the truth, by the way. None of us, even as we are seated here, even you, none of us knows anything. I believe in the Lord Almighty who created me. I will live truthfully and do my work. Tomorrow and everything else belongs to the Lord. I never knew, let me tell you the truth, and I want to be very honest with you. I never knew any time in my life that I would ever be a cabinet minister. I never knew. And frankly speaking, if the constitution had not changed, I probably would not be a minister today. Because it would have required that I contest a parliamentary seat, I come to parliament, or I be nominated from a party and so on to become a minister. I never knew I would be a minister today. 2016, here I am.
Finally, what are you planning for the New Year celebrations?
That is private. I don't discuss that. That is the province of my family, and I work with my family. That's all. Okay. I will work with my family, and we'll do whatever we agree to do, my kids and my wife.
Thank you so much, Waziri.
Thank you, Sam.
Merry Christmas. Happy New Year.
Thank you very much. Merry Christmas and Happy New Year.